just not here, but you are anointed from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet. Grab somebody and tell him he ain't working with nothing new. Tell him he's working with what I already got. He ain't working with a new mind. He working with the mind you already got. He ain't working with a new heart. He working with the heart you already got. Grab somebody and tell him he's getting ready to turn some water into wine. That neighbor didn't get it. Grab another neighbor and shout, "Oh, neighbor." Tell him he's getting ready to turn some water into wine. I'm on my way to my season. God has given me so many reasons to stay focused. God wants you to have joy, but it should not be subject to a moment of time. Your life should be enjoyed. It shouldn't be that your peace, joy, prosperity is only released or formed or affirmed by some sort of event that has to take place. And the scripture tells us that they ran out of wine. Wine is the rabbinical symbol of joy. Wine is the rabbinical symbol of joy. Now, before you get too unholy, too unsanctified, let me bring your mind in. And that is, let me tell you this, that they're not talking about like the Moet and the Moscato that you like to drink today. They're not talking about no red wine or white wine. You up here getting all unholy and church thinking about pastor just told us we can drink. The devil is a liar. We don't believe that you should be no drinking, sipping saint. I ain't get no amens on that. I guess I'm in the wrong church. Y'all don't want to talk about it. I said we don't believe you should be no sipping saint. See, it was not made in the same order of the wine of today. This wine that they're talking about was not made in the same order of the wine today. It was literally, Jesus was literally dealing, and the wine that they were dealing with was literally just fermented grapes. And it had very little alcohol, if it had any at all. It was almost like a very strong grape juice. And the Jewish symbol of this wine is joy. It is joy. And the text implies not that they had run out of wine. The implication is that they had run out of joy. They had lost their joy. Or something happens that they're no longer happy as they once were. And the text implies not that they had run out of wine, but that their joy was in trouble. That they were not smiling anymore. That what should have been a moment of celebration had now turned into a moment of confusion. They were looking at people, staring, and nobody was laughing and enjoying themselves anymore. They had lost the reason to celebrate, or that their joy was diminishing by the moment because there was no shift in when it came to the spirits or the wine that they were dealing with. Not the Holy Spirit, but the wine was running low, and eventually it ran out. Here's the truth. All of us have run low and even ran out. It's crazy, but it's true. There are things that we rely on to get us going. There are people that we need to get in our corner. If you ever been to a rap concert, I know many of you ain't never been there, but if you ever seen a rap show on TV, do you have two people? You have the artist, and then you have the hype man. The hype man, he ain't really rapping. He just screaming, come on, come on, come on, beat bop, beats box. And the rap man is the real man. And in order for the rap man to feel like he's somebody, he's got to be pumped up. He got to be primed. He got to feel like somebody's with him. It's crazy, but it's true. We rely on things and people to get us going. We need people to help us start our fire. And we're not in the right frame of mind or consciousness unless we're in a mood. Truth be told, running out is not a foreign language to us. See, it's only foreign if you don't know it. If you live long enough, there's going to be a day when you just get low. It's going to happen to you. Something's going to happen when you hit rock bottom. Rock bottom will feel so familiar. And some of us run on empty all the time. I had a car, right? I had a beautiful, well, it wasn't that beautiful. It was a Nissan Pulsar, and I refused to put gas in it. Maybe it was because I was always so broke. It was my first car, but I refused to put gas in it. So I knew exactly how far I could go with that needle on empty. So I ran that car, and whatever reason I kept running it, I found that my action caused my car to stay broke down all the time. This car would stay broke down. The carburetor wouldn't work. The fuel line would mess up. The engine would act up. All because I was so caught up in running a car on low fuel. How can your joy be predicated on wine? They must have forgotten why they came to this celebration. How do you allow your joy to be predicated on wine? How do you allow your joy to be predicated on other people? How do you allow your joy to be predicated on those things or them over there? See, they came to celebrate a couple. They came because newness was in the air. They came because something great was beginning and was happening, and because two was becoming one. They came because God was doing the impossible. He was taking two flesh and making them one. And now I understand that wine has a place in the party, in the celebration, but it should have never taken the focus off of the main objective. How can you be in the right place at the right time yet lack the ability to realize where you are and what you're supposed to be doing? See, joy is different, is a different animal, because in order to have it, there must be a decision made. If you want joy, you got to decide you want joy. And you can be in the right place at the right time, having the right motives, everything working in divine order, and still find yourself depressed. God could be doing everything you ever asked him to do, and you still could be crying all night long. God could be shaking things, blessing you, moving, turning things in your favor, and you're still mad at the world because somebody ain't hyped you up or something has not dealt with your emotions. See, your life has to be bigger than moments or minutes. Your life cannot be situated on what happened to you and who is with you. It has to be settled in what is and who you belong to. See, we have to be careful how we release control or options to temporary sources and resources. You have to be careful how you allow people to control your feelings and your mindset. You got to be careful how you let people come in your life and change the gifts that are over your life. You got to be careful how you allow your feelings to deal with you, because your feelings have nothing to do with the position you're in or what you're here for. There is a celebration going on. Why are we celebrating? See, when you want to cry, you got to go to a funeral, because when you go to a funeral, everybody else is crying. But even in a funeral, you can still see the possibilities of what's coming in your life. See, saints of God, I come to ask you a simple question. What are you? Are you a glass empty kind of person? Or are you a glass half empty kind of person? Or are you a glass half full kind of person? As a man thinketh in his heart, so is he. I hear you talking, saying, Pastor, I know I'm blessed, but I just don't have it anymore. I know something amazing is taking place, but I'm a little angry right now. I know God is proving himself in this moment, and I was excited in the beginning, but now I find myself thinking about what I still don't have. Listen to me, saints of God. If you don't watch it, what you were or what you was can make you miss what you are. You gotta help me. See, what you was or what you were can make you disrespect your own celebration. You get caught up with stuff that really didn't mean nothing in yesteryear, and trying to remember what happened will make you miss what God is doing right now. What are you saying to me, Pastor Willis? Well, let me take you to the book of Exodus, where you have children of Israel who are almost at their freedom. And they look at a man by the name of Moses who has suffered in order to get them where they are right now. And they ask him a question. Do you remember the onions, the leeks, and the garlic that we used to eat back over in Egypt? I dare you to grab somebody and tell them, please don't be crazy. Please don't be crazy. Don't get caught up in what was. God is about to do something right now. And you cannot allow yourself to be caught up in who did it, what happened, that you forget that what God is doing now is better than anything you've ever seen before. See, you can only focus on a singular issue. You can focus on one thing that will bring havoc to your life. You can focus on a singular issue that will bring your emotions into discontentment. And look around. You got to look around. There is more to you than what you see right now. I know you might be going through something financial right now. I know something might be breaking down right now. I know you might not be feeling like it right now. But the truth is, you're better than you have ever been before. I need you to grab somebody and tell them, leave the pity party. Look at him and tell him, please give me a rag. Look at him and tell him, leave the pity party. Tell him you got to come to the praise party, because there's something happening that eyes have not seen and ears have not heard. And just because you're so caught up with who did what and how they did it, how they walked away, you're allowing one situation to make you lose the victory that is over your life. And God says this party is for you. This celebration is for you. I'm getting ready to do exceedingly abundantly above all you could ever ask or think. I see you ain't getting it yet, so let me go down another road. Do you see how far you've come? Do you see how many accomplishments you've made? Do you see that you're in the right place and the right time, and your joy can't run out right now? Grab somebody by the hand and tell them your joy can't run out right now. Forget the wine. You can't run out of joy right now. You got to smile when you don't feel like smiling. You got to learn how to lift yourself up. I talked to you just a few Sundays ago about David when he couldn't find nobody else to encourage him. He had to learn how to encourage himself. And you're in a moment where the devil is coming to try to steal your victory. But look around, baby. You got more than you've ever had before. And you got to learn how to smile in the midst of this. I wish I had 10 folk who made up your mind, I'm going to smile anyway. I dare you, show all of your teeth. You might not even have them all. Show the ones you got. Open up your mouth and look at somebody and tell them, I'm going to smile anyway. I'm going to smile anyway. As a matter of fact, let me prophesy right now. I need about 30 folk that need God to work for you. Open up your mouth and say, oppression and depression will be far from me. Oppression and depression shall not come to my house. Matter of fact, it shall not come to my children's house. It shall not come to my children's house, because I am blessed and highly favored of God. And what you need in your life is some people who will recognize where the lack is. You need somebody who will preach to you in a down season. See, most people want dancers. Most people want celebrities at their party, but you don't need all of that. You need somebody who's on a faith level who can preach you out of depression, because something is coming to try. I feel like God's about to touch me. Something is coming to try to steal your victory. I wouldn't have no friend on the phone. Every time I tell them I'm going through, they go to crying like they lost their mind. I don't need you to cry for me right now. I need somebody to tell me weeping may endure for night, but joy comes in the morning. I don't need nobody around me right now that laugh at my pain. I don't need you laughing. I need you to tell me, get your crazy self together, because the best is yet to come. I don't need nobody that's going to take me to the store and try to go get some more Scott's tissues. The devil is a liar. I need somebody who say you need a V8, you need a 5-hour, but you cannot lose your mind right now. You got to get your energy back. Matter of fact, I feel like God's about to touch us. Grab somebody by the hand and look at him and say, neighbor, you got to get your energy back. They didn't hear what you said. Look at him and say, neighbor, you got to to get your energy back because you are in a specific moment and you need somebody who can identify that something is wrong with you. Matter of fact, can I go a little bit deeper? You need folk who can tell you something wrong with you before you know something wrong with yourself. You need somebody who can look at you and say, your eyes ain't right, something wrong with you. We got to get your head right. You need somebody to simply can look at you and say, you're running low, but I'm about to pick you up. And you know when you have the wrong people in your life, it's because they can't identify what needs you have. How can you be with somebody for 40 years and they don't know when you're suffering? How can you deal with somebody for 30 years and they don't know when you're going through? Grab somebody by the hand and tell them, I need you to be able to identify when something's going on in my life. You don't need no disconnections right now. You need somebody who is connected to what God, matter of fact, I feel like God's about to touch us. Grab somebody by the hand and tell them you got to stay connected. They might not be your homie, they might not be your girlfriend, but get somebody who you believe in. Grab them by the hand and tell them stay connected to me. Tell them because I'm in the right moment, I'm in the right time, but every now and then the devil try to make me run low. I need about 30 folk in here who knows what it is to run low. I dare you to high five somebody and tell them this is the last time I'm going to run low in my life because I'm going to get to the gas station. I'm going to get to somebody who know how to preach me out of a dead situation. Matter of fact, I feel a preacher rising in you right now. Grab somebody by the hand and tell them no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Preach to that neighbor and tell them weeping may endure for night, but joy will come in the morning. Grab another neighbor and tell them if you hold your peace, tell him he will fight your battle. Matter of fact, look at the person on the other side and tell him, vengeance is mine, saith the Lord. What is right, I shall repay. You need somebody who can tell when something is going on. The Bible says that Mary was a teller. Somebody got to be a teller. They got to be a person who knows how to tell the story. Somebody got to be a teller. I couldn't stand my sister when we was growing up because one thing Tiffany was amazing at is she knew how to tell everything without looking like she said nothing. She knew exactly how to report something to my mama and daddy, and then we'll look around like who said it, and she would be in the middle of the situation, but she knew how to tell it so good that she could generate the response she wanted out of my mom and dad. I gotta say it again. I said she could tell it so good that she knew how to generate her desired response. She could say it until they would move according to what she said. And you might not know this, but you need a good teller in your life. You need somebody who will intercede for you. You need somebody who will stand in the gap. You need somebody who loves you enough that they will call on the name of God for you and say, I'm coming to tell you about JoJo. JoJo needs your help. Mary said Jesus. She didn't call him son, but she said, Jesus, I need you to know something. They're running out of wine right now. See, when we get here, they were full of lack. There is nothing left. And we have a situation. Something is not right about this. And the Bible says that Mary simply said, you got to have somebody who will help us get through this. See, we got here and now we're full of lack. See, we were going through a little something, a little short, a little going through. But you got to have somebody who will knock on the master's door, who will bombard heaven enough to tell God something has changed. You need somebody who will seek God for an answer. And Jesus looks at Mary and he simply says, I have nothing to do with this. He looks at her and says, what I got to do with this? Mine hour has not come. And Mary is not asking asking her son to render a miracle. Mary is not asking her child to do anything. She's talking not to her son, but now she's talking to God. And she said, if he asks you to do anything, all you got to do is obey him. Jesus simply says, this has nothing to do with me. They lacked preparation. They lacked assignment. They're engulfed with other things that they don't care about supplying wine. He says, what I got to do with this? Lord, I got to take a side note here, and you might have to hit me. There were times in my life that I lacked preparation. I lacked assignment. I fell short when it came to doing what God told me to do. But I'm so glad that he looks beyond my faults and he see my need. I need about 30 folk who knows you didn't deserve it, but he did it anyway. When you look at somebody and tell them I didn't deserve it, tell him, but he did it anyway. And Mary says, whatever he says, do it. Matter of fact, touch everybody around you and tell them whatever he says. Tell them you got to do it. They acting funny, but look at him and tell him whatever he says, you got to do it. Come on, say it again. Say whatever he says, you got to do it. See, Mary understood something about Jesus. She understood that he could not see a need and not feel it. She understood that he could not see something going on and not fix it. She understood that he's a problem solver. She understood that he heals bodies, he pays bills, he restores homes, he delivers hearts. And Mary said that Jesus is a fixer. If it is broken, he will fix it. I'm about to go to my seat, but grab somebody by the hand and tell them, I don't know what you're going through. Tell them, but whatever you're going through, tell them, I got good news for you. Scream at them and tell them, Jesus is a fixer. That neighbor didn't get it. Get another neighbor and say, neighbor, I don't know what you're going through. Tell them, but I got a good word for you today. Tell them, if you don't shout, you ought to shout over this. Tell them, Jesus is a fixer. Anybody in here can testify that when I was low, he fixed me. Jump to your feet and look at somebody and tell them, Jesus is a fixer. That neighbor didn't get it. Look at another neighbor by the hand and shout, oh, neighbor, tell him Jesus is a fixer. Mary understood if it is broken, he has to fix it. He cannot walk by a broken situation. Mary understood that all God needed was somebody to obey him. Mary knew that whatever she saw in private, this is not her first day with Jesus. This is not her first moment with Jesus. This is not her first meeting with Jesus. She's seen him in the house. She's seen him do little stuff that nobody else saw him do. She saw him work little miracles that nobody else saw him work. And she knows that you're not dealing with just anybody. You're dealing with God in the flesh. Matter of fact, grab somebody and tell them, I've seen him do stuff that nobody else could do. They don't hear you, but look at him and tell him, I've seen him work miracles that nobody else could work. Tell him, I've seen God turn midnight in the morning and turn my sorrow into joy. If you've seen him do it, I dare you to open up your mouth and shout, I've seen him do it. I've seen him do it. And so Mary says, whatever he says do it. I dare you to look at somebody and tell them God's getting ready to show you something. They didn't hear what you said. Look at him and shout, oh, neighbor. Tell him God's getting ready to show you something. Tell him, and it's going to make you happy like you've never been happy before. That neighbor didn't get it. Grab another neighbor and say, oh, neighbor. Look at him and tell him God's getting ready to show you something that you've never seen before. Jesus tells these servants, what you already have is you got some water pots. See, God is not trying to work with what you don't have. He's trying to deal with what you already got. See, what you got to know is that you're just not anybody. You are a royal priesthood. You are a chosen generation. generation. And you're just not here, but you are anointed from the crown of your head to the sole of your feet. Grab somebody and tell him he ain't working with nothing new. Tell him he's working with what I already got. He ain't working with a new mind. He working with the mind you already got. He ain't working with a new heart. He working with the heart you already got. Grab somebody and tell him he's getting ready to turn some water into wine. That neighbor didn't get it. Grab another neighbor and shout, oh neighbor, tell him he's getting ready to turn some water into wine. Jesus says, what do you have? They said, we have 6 pots, and each pot contains about 20 or 30 gallons of water. Jesus said, he says, fill them. And here's where the story gets good, because he never tells them how much water to put in a pot. He simply says, fill them. So many of them could have filled one pot with 10 gallons, or another one could have filled another pot with 7 gallons, another one could have filled another pot with 10 more gallons, and decided we're going to leave the other 3 pots alone, because this is all we need to supply us. But I come here to tell somebody that Jesus says, I'll give you everything you want. All you got to do is obey my word. Grab somebody and say, neighbor, tell them God's getting ready to do everything you ever wanted him to do. That neighbor didn't get it. Grab another neighbor and say, oh neighbor, tell him if you fill those pots, tell him God will supply you for the rest of your life. The Bible says he took 6 pots and filled them to the brim. He used the servants in order to render the miracle. See, there's some miracles that you're not involved in, but there are other miracles that God says if you want it, you're going to have to get your hands dirty. If you want it, you're going to have to put water in the pot. Grab somebody and say, neighbor, if you want it, you're going to have to put some water in these pots. Grab somebody and say, oh neighbor, if you want it, you're going to have to put a little work in. But tell them, don't stop. Get it, get it, get it. They didn't hear you. Grab somebody by the hand and say, neighbor, don't stop. Get what God said is rightfully yours. Because if you got water, God's got wine. Grab somebody and say, neighbor, help my pastor preach. Tell him if you got water, God's got wine. Grab one more neighbor and say, neighbor, if you got water, God's got wine. Water is the sign of water is life. The sign of water is life. Whenever there is water, there is life. The reason they don't know if people can live in Mars is because they don't know if any water is there. But when they find water, then they find life. Grab somebody and say, neighbor, I'm still alive. That neighbor didn't get it. Grab somebody and say, oh neighbor, I'm still alive. And tell them, not only am I alive, tell them I got Jesus and I got joy unspeakable and full of glory. They want to figure out how you smiling when you've been through hell. They want to figure out how you're still dancing and you lost your job. They want to figure out how you lift your hands when everybody talking about you. This joy that I have, the world didn't give it to me, and the world can't take it away. High five 2 people and tell them I'm all right. Tell them I've been through enough that I should have lost my mind, but I'm all right. I've been hated on, I've been lied on, but I learned that they that wait upon the Lord shall renew their strength. You will mount up like wings as eagles. You will run and not be weary. You will walk and not faint. Grab somebody, preach to that neighbor, and tell him after all I've been through, tell him I still got my joy. Tell him after all I've been through, tell him I still got my praise. I wish I had 10 praisers to high five somebody and ask them, why don't you praise the Lord? Tell him he's been good to me. He kept my mind. Can't nobody do me like Jesus. Can't nobody do me like the Lord. He's a good God. That's the reason I smile. That's the reason I laugh. That's the reason I dance. Because he took my water and he turned it. High five somebody and say, neighbor, he turned it. They didn't hear what you said. Look at him and say, neighbor, he turned it. Look at him and say, neighbor, he turned it around. If you know he turned it around, jump to your feet and spin one time and say, he turned it. He turned it. He turned it. He turned it around. I thought I wasn't gonna make it, but he turned it. He turned it around. And I'm going to my seat. But the Bible says that Jesus looked at them and he said, go and show that to the governor of the feast. The governor tasted the wine and he said, could it be? He said, you're supposed to drink the best wine first. He said, but they say the best for last. Grab somebody and say, neighbor, I got to prophesy to you. Tell him, and your ladder shall be great. Tell him, and what was come. Tell him it has nothing on what is coming in your life. Matter of fact, tell him, tell him that I'm persuaded that the suffering of this present time is not worthy to be compared with the glory which shall be revealed. I need you to top five somebody and tell him, I need you to help me praise the Lord. Tell him, let's praise him because the best is yet to come. Eyes have not seen, ears have not heard. It's getting better. I wish somebody who believes God is about to do something would just